Hello guys, welcome to Dan's IT Network. And for today's video is we'll talk about the RIP and the static route and default route. So we will combine them together to communicate to each other. Okay. So on this network design, on this field, okay, well, I already configured the RIP on this two router, okay, and they can actually communicate using the RIP. And also, I configured the IP addresses as well. Okay. Well, just to show you that the on this line we uses the 1.0, which is on the class C 192.168.1.0. Okay, and we use the 1.2 in here and the 1.1 over here as the default gateway. Okay, on this 1.0. So I label the IP address. Well, if this is 1.1, this is the 192.168.1.1, okay? And on here, over here, this is the two network. So this PC got the 2.2 and default gateway is the 2.1, okay? And on this one, this is the 6 network. So this is the 6.1 and 6.2. And same here, 5.0. You got here the 5.1 and 5.2, okay? So this is the one network, two network, six network, and fifth network. And again, though, this portion, they're actually communicating using RIP. Okay. So let's say I want to ping from this PC to this PC. Let's try that. Command prompt, and I'll ping the PC. Ping 192.168.5.2. Okay. And we are receiving a reply from this PC, right? And just to show you the proof that we are using RIP, I'll open this router and I'll hit enter, type enable, then COMP-T, and then show IP route. Sorry. I'm sorry. Well, I don't need to execute this on a global config mode. Well, I need to do it on the privilege mode. All right, so show IP route. Okay, there you go. So in here, as you see, the RIP is running, all right, which is on the 5.0. Okay, so let's check. So we do know that this 5.0 is not connected on the interface though. So meaning that this router learns about this network using the RIP. Okay, and the RIP is working. All right. So this network is under the RIP. Okay. However, on this part, okay, which is on this network, the 7.0/24 and this router, well, the RIP is not enabled though, because what I want to do in here is I want to use a static route instead, okay, on this router. And for us to set up the static route, okay, we do know that this router, it knows about this network, but it doesn't know about this network, this network, this network, and this network. So let's create a static route then, okay? So anyway, but before we do that, let's prove that from this PC, we cannot ping this. It's because it's not, the RIP is not running on this one, and still the static route is not enabled. Okay, well, just to show you, okay, I'll ping this router, which is the 7.2. Command prompt, okay, ping 192.168.7. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, actually that's 7, and then um, that's 7.2. Yep, it's correct. And you see that the destination host is unreachable. All right, it's not working. Why? It's because the we did not configure anything yet in here. There's no static route and there's no RIP. Okay, but our goal is to create a static route. So let us create the static route. Okay, and let's get the this network added on the IP route. Okay, I'll open this router and hit enter to get started. So type enable and then Comm T to go to the global config mode. Then I'll type here IP route. So let's create a static route. Let's start with this 1.0 network, 192.168.1.0, and then 255.255.255.0. Okay, and then for this router to reach this network, it needs to go out on this interface, okay, to go to this router. So it needs to go out on the gigabit 0/1. So let's do that. Space gigabit 0/1. Okay. And it says in here, default route without gateway, if not a point-to-point interface, may impact the performance. Well, that's fine, okay, because this is a router to router connection, so we should be good to go. Okay, so let's continue. So let's add the remaining, the 2, the 6, and the 5. Okay, so let me just change this to 2, and let me change this to else 2, then 5, right, and then 6. Okay, and let's save the configuration and hit Control C, and then show run. Well, just to double check. Right, so let's double check command that we input. So this is the 1.0, okay, and then 2.0, and then 5.0 here, and 6.0. Okay, well, we did not include this 7 though, because it is connected to its interface though. Well, it knows about the network. Okay, and now that the static routes are created on this router, then we need to ask permission then to this router. Let's say we need to tell the router that we want to have a communication to all of these networks that are communicating with RIP. Okay, and to do that, well, since this is the router that is closest to the to all of this network, okay, and since this is the one that he can talk to, okay, because they're connected to each other, so we need to configure the default information um, command in here. Okay, so let's open this router and hit enter to get started. Type enable. Okay, then Comm T to go to the global config mode, and I'll go to the router space rip, and I just need to execute this command, default dash information. Okay, and then space originate. Okay, and I'll save configuration. Did okay. So by executing the command default information originate on this router, meaning is it will allow the communication from RIP to the static, and then static to RIP. So there will be an open communication then. Okay, so let's prove that. Let's try to ping from this PC to this router. Okay, let's do that. Command prompt, and then I'll ping 192.168.7.2. Okay, and now it's pinging, right? We're good to go. All right, and now it's working. That's the open communication is working to RIP and the static route. So let's view the um, routing table on this router to see. Okay, let's type here show IP route. Okay, just to see how did it get on the 7 though. Okay, all right. Well, actually, I am not seeing the network, the 7 network in here, the 192.168.7.0. It is not showing, but this is actually showing though the RIP and then the static. So this is the combination, right? And then it shows in here is the 0.0.0.0/0. Okay, so why is that, right? And then 120, the administrative distance, then one hop away, which is to this one, it will go here to reach this network, okay, to this hop, which is um, the IP address is a 6.2. Okay, so this is the next hop. All right, this is the next hop to 6.2. That's why it got here the IP address, and this is the time, and the interface is gigabit 0/0. So meaning is well, from this router to reach this network, okay, well, it needs to go out on its interface, which is will go out in here, and then it will go to this router that will go here. Okay, well, the reason why we're getting here a 40 and the 7.0 is not displaying, well, simple. It is because we all know that on this portion is they're playing with the RIP. Okay, so this one, it doesn't have the copy or the identity of the this IP network. Okay, but this router knows how to get to the 7.0 because they're point to point. Okay, so what this router did is, let's say we ping the router, right? So what this router is, it send the signal to this router, okay, and this router send the signal to this router to know about the 7.0. So that is why it is showing in here that it is the 0.0.0.0. Okay, however, if we'll try to look onto this router routing table, okay, I'll do that, control C, and then show IP route. Okay, here we go. So it shows in here, let's see the 7 network. Okay, so all right, so here, this is the 7 network. All right, so it shows in here that yes, it is connected to the 7 network. That is why this router knows how to forward the information um, from this source, okay, to this router. All right, because it's directly connected. All right, and it's good to go. And if you want to use this default route, well, all you need to do is to just remove all of the static route on this router, okay, and you can just change it to the 4 zeros space and then 4 zeros, and then we'll go out to its 0/1 interface. Okay, but um, doing the default route, well, actually it's not safe because you're allowing any networks to go inside the router though. So anyway, it's not safe, but if you want to do so, you feel free to change it. Okay, but anyway, it will still work. All right, and it's good to go.